Today has been a long damn day, but finally made some really good progress on the frame. So what I did with the Trailblazer is finally cut the seams off and split it in half and exposed this part of the frame here that slides into that section there, and that section there. So this has been narrowed by the factory, and it basically just, like I said, slides in over there. And what I did is I had to peel the outside of the old frame off of it, and that took the better part of the day with just a hand grinder. But I've shortened the overall frame by 13.25 inches by lopping off the end of the remaining frame over here. So it used to be about that much frame right under there, and I'm going to take that frame and slide it into there and basically copy what happened at the factory. Is there's these holes here that go through. Once the frame goes in, I'm going to weld right in there and make a plug hole or a plug weld, and then I'll weld right across there, and then probably in the future I'll do a fish plate, smack some plates on the end of there. But yep, got the body up in the air, being held in by sawhorse, motorcycle ramp, and 2 coolers. Super safe. OSHA, fight me. But let me go ahead and see if I can get this mated with that frame and get it secured somehow so I can get it loaded into the trailer probably next weekend and then call it quits. Oh yeah, I also took out the gas tank, which had about 18 gallons of gas, filled up the new Suburban, filled up the neighbor's car over there, and filled up the neighbor's car over there. And then I took out the transmission and transfer case, which is of no use to me anymore because I have the VA block in there, and that has the straight 6 4.2 liter bell housing thing, and then it's attached to a 4L60, which is absolute trash. And then that transfer case is a 4x4 unit. It's not the all-wheel drive unit, so that's no use to me. So yeah, let me pause this and let me go ahead and see if I can get these frames together. Cool. Okay, so the front subframe is just sitting in the rear, the main frame. Ha, get it. But I don't have the strength to push it together. So I was trying to think of a way to get it to squeeze together. So I could try and roll the wheel. It just doesn't want to go with me doing it. It shakes too much. Then I remember what my neighbor across the street suggested, and I wish I could take credit for this, but for this brilliant idea, but I can't. This is where the straps come in. So what I'm going to do is take the straps, put one here, and then one on the differential, and then put another one in the middle, and then put one on the third, and I'm just going to ratchet it close, and it should squeeze it together if I have all 3 going in unison. He said use a come along, but I don't have a come along. All I have is a plethora of ratchet straps, so I'm going to give that a shot. So let's try it. Okay, so we got the straps tied up to the rear end, got them all secure here, still in the channels. Yeah, let's see if this actually works. So I found the problem on why it's not really going in like it's supposed to. It's going in at an angle. So the driver's side of the frame is going in at a little bit of an angle, but it's going in like catty corner. I keep looking at me instead of the dime. Sorry. So, luckily, I found the fix for it. When in doubt, and things are under extreme pressure or tension, grab a big hammer. Not that one. A big hammer. So, I'm gonna put it under tension. We have a couple schwacks at the frame, and then it should go. We only got about 8 inches or so to go. So yeah, we'll get that done. Split like that. So I wonder if I put a ratchet strap on the back here, I can try and bring that back in. Let's try it. I got extra toe straps. Give it a shot. Okay, so sometimes I think my neighbor's genius escapes him. This is actually working really well. So, got about maybe ½ inch to go on, well, maybe 3/4 of an inch on that side. I'm gonna measure center line to make sure that the wheels are square before I weld it together and all that other stuff. But that welding's gonna be another day. But it's a slow going process. It's literally a battle of centimeters, because you have to tighten that strap down, tighten this one down, and then you have to take that hammer and give some good whacks on each side, and then that just moves barely a centimeter, but it's close, so I'm gonna keep going. Almost there. Okay, we are done. So I thought that both of these had to be pretty much touching where the weld was, and by that I mean there's that area right there, that weld line, and then there's this one here, this weld line. I figured those needed to be even and touching, the back half of the frame. Problem is, I didn't really cut straight, so that is lined up right there, and that's going to have a big gap in it. No biggie, because I just measured wheel to wheel, tire to tire, and they are 85. I did a rough measurement, 85.5 inches even on both sides. So I'm going to weld those in place, slide it under the body, and then see if I can get the body down onto the frame. Get that on, and just see how everything lines up. I have some lines over here that I made on the frame. So this is where the old firewall set, pre-cut. That's where the old firewall sat, and I measured the firewall to be even with this, because I'm gonna have that false firewall there. So if I did everything right, once I square up the rear end and put the front end on, this should be approximately where the edge of the body here lines up. And if that's the case, then the front end will match up to the body, and then the biggest pain in the ass part of this entire build will be done. Alright, let's break out the welder. Alright, sorry, there was a whole rush to get this done, but the frame is tacked and everything. I had my neighbor came over and helped me in the 11th hour, but the frame and the body are together. I did some measurements and everything for how to fix that. But on the bottom, right around in here, let's turn the flash on. I wanted the frame, or that line that I had, to line up with this guy right here. And I know it's like kind of did a good job. Yeah, not too shabby. But that was the main goal. That was the hardest part of this entire build, was to get this body and the motor and everything to fit on a Trailblazer frame. And yeah, this was definitely a big accomplishment, and I can't thank my neighbor enough. Honestly, thank you very much, Colby. But I'm gonna button everything up and then put all the parts and pieces in here, put it away for a while so I can focus on other things. But this was definitely a huge milestone. And Roy, if you're watching, this has been fun. It's been a fun build so far. But yep, I'm going to glue it. I'm going to throw that away. Don't need it. Throw those away. Don't need it. Throw that. Nope, I want to keep that. But as far as this, I am calling this done for a little while. Okay, bye.